not great. Calm and grounded. I've got a lot to make. No, this was her 14th order. I'm not liking the look of. It's Frog Ross. And I don't want to be paying that. I'm nosy. Not today. Scrunchies everywhere. Hey guys, welcome. It's a bit messy, isn't it? I'll add that to my list of things to do. Organise that corner. Anyway, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan and I'm the owner of a small business called Fauna Rose. I mostly make and sell scrunchies and macrame, but I do a range of accessories and goodies. I film all the behind the scenes content, pop it on YouTube for you all to see. The vibe is always pretty chaotic around here. I'm an absolute chaotic mess. But in 2025, I'm trying to chill out, I'm trying to deep breathe, I'm trying to focus on the slow things, my health, all that jazz. If you like the sound of that and you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around. It would be amazing to have you join the Fauna Rose family. But in today's video, I'm kind of going to be doing like a range of different things, mostly a few days in the life of a small business owner who doesn't necessarily have any plans or any collections or launches coming up. As of this moment in time, I don't have any orders or anything, so I'm going to be doing a range of different things, maybe making up some items. I'm going to be doing a huge stock count, tidying and some organising, just a range of different things. We're just going to see what we get up to, just try and be as productive as possible while trying to chill out, and we will see where the next few days take us. So firstly, I am doing a stock count. I currently have scrunchies everywhere because I've got a lot of scrunchies. There are so many patterns, fabrics, I've got different sizes as well. So I will quickly show you my scrunchie wall and how it's looking, because it's looking not great. I am going to be counting it all, going through it all, because I've been in the process of making bits and bobs here and there, and I am going to separate market stock and online stock, just so then when it comes to my next market, the scrunchies are hopefully gonna all be ready. And it would also mean I'm not gonna have to then take it from my online stock and then mess around with the quantities, edit all the inventory and stuff on the website and my POS system, because I'm still trying to figure out integrating the two, both my website and my POS system, because they're on different platforms. And I know you can do it with inventory trackers and apps and different softwares, but they're so expensive and I don't want to be paying that. So I'm still figuring out how to get these two things combined to streamline my entire process. But for now, we're going to do a stock count. I'm going to separate some stock, see what needs to be made, all fun things like that. So this is what it's looking like so far. This portion usually carries all my patterns, so XLs go on the bottom, minis go on the top of each little like cubby, and then here down we've got my satin, so like my rainbow collection, and below that I've just got a bunch of little crates with different things, so whether that be pre-cut fabric strips for my scrunchies, pre-cut strips for my wristlets, just bits and bobs like that. So these are all the ones that are all over the office ready to be counted and organised and stuff. I'm going to do those first before I sort out the satins, but I am considering not putting everything back on this because I've got these new little bracket things to help improve this situation, because these boards, it's not working 100%. You'll be able to see the black ones at the back, but this is just Corex board that I cut up, and I've used double-sided sticky tape to stick 2 white ones at the front and 2 black ones at the back. I didn't want to use black, but it's all I had and I'm trying to use what I've got, and these basically just rest on them because these do have tiny little peg holes, but to get extra shelving and extra brackets and stuff, they're so expensive per shelf and I would need a lot, so I just used what I had and I made these. But I've bought these little plastic bracket things to hopefully hold these in place a little bit better. I don't really know, because these tend to sort of flop about, but I don't know if I would then have to edit these. I'm not really sure because they only arrived yesterday, but I'm considering just taking everything off and leaving it off to then figure out that system. So I think it's probably just going to be worth it to leave the scrunchies off it for now instead of having to put them back, take them off, put them back. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is start by counting all of the pattern stock, maybe separate them into market stock and online stock. I don't know if I've got many to take out for market stock, but if we do have a lot of one pattern, then I will. I'm just going to stop rambling. I'm going to pop some headphones on, maybe get a cup of tea first and just crack on with it, and then we'll move on to whatever else. So let's get into it. So I'm just stopping because I'm going to go get some lunch, but I started putting these back, and then when I was nearly done I remembered I wasn't going to do that, but it's fine. I've kind of rearranged the colour order a little bit as well. Let me tilt you down. So I've still got minis at the top, XLs at the bottom, so that's all of those counted and done. And then I've got some boxes of stuff down here. Oh, it's quite heavy, but this is market stock, so I've got a lot to make, even though that seems like quite a lot, but I have managed to separate it. The box I've just thrown that on top of is like market display stuff, so for now I'm just going to take that out of the room just so it doesn't get mixed up. But in these boxes down here we have got my inventory. I'll explain that in a second, but this is the pattern scrunchies, which needs to go back on this. There's not many there. This, to be fair, I could probably condense these. These are mystery scrunchies that I did the finishing seam off yesterday, can't remember when I did it, but they just need the threads snipping, but they're all done, so I might just combine these actually, because these ones are mystery scrunchies that are completed. They've had the finishing seam and everything done, threads have been snipped, they just need bagging up. So let's pop all them together, get rid of that. And then these ones, all satins, yeah, all satin ones. These all need the finishing seams still doing, thread trimming and all that lot, so they're not finished yet. If I've got time I might sew some of these up today, because they can then get added to the stock list and quantities and stuff. So this probably looks really confusing. I don't even know if you guys could see it because it's so small, but basically what I did, it's a mess but it's just easy for me to sort of understand it. So I've just put like page 1, page 2 or whatever, so each page matches the page in my barcode booklet with all the items in it. And then the top ones are online, the bottom ones are market stock. So page 1, online stock, market stock. So for example, where it says page 1, you've got 5, 4, 4, so that's 5 of those, 4 of those, 4 of those. The number underneath is then the minis, 4, 4, 12. And then the ones down here is the same but for market stock. Does that make sense? That's the current stock that I have, all my scrunchies. So then I can quickly look at this, see which numbers I'm low on. So there's a lot of zeros on here, which I'm not liking the look of. There is a lot of low numbers on here, which I'm also not liking the look of. There is more low numbers and zeros than there is high numbers. Oh, which really isn't good. So what I need to do is now go through all of my pre-cut fabric strips, which are down here. This one needs reorganizing, and see which ones are already pre-cut that I have here that I can make up. If not, I then need to turn to my fabric stash and collection and see if I've got the fabric in stock. If not, I need to order it, or if I do, I need to then pre-cut it. I'm trying to make a bit of a system that might seem complicated to most people, but it makes sense to me. But at least I now have stock separated and I have numbers. I'm gonna go get some lunch, then I'll probably come back and I could either snip the threads of these or maybe sew these up. I might sew these up. Cutting the threads is something I can do tonight that's not loud. Like my sewing machine can be quite loud, so that's potentially the plan. It's gone like really gloomy and miserable. There's like a mini storm going on outside, so it's quite dark. So sorry if the lighting's been a bit questionable, but I've done probably just over half of that little pile of those satins, and I've got like the bluey greeny colours left. So I'm going to leave my sewing machine out ready for when I get back from work, because that won't take me long whatsoever, but I'm going to head to work, so I'll catch you guys in a bit. morning, guys. Well, it's not morning, it's like 1 p.m. I'm having a bit of a chilled, slow day today. I was up super late FaceTiming Alex because when I'm recording this, he's currently away. So I was just chatting his ears off last night and it got super late. So I had a bit of a lie-in this morning. I am taking it easy because I've hurt my neck, right at the base of my neck on my trap. Is it my trap? What's that classed as? It's not your deltoid. No idea. I'm just getting old, guys. Long story short, tried to get out of bed a couple of days ago and I just twinged my neck really funny. And I call it like a crick in your neck. You know, you just catch it a bit funny. You have that moment where it all goes tingly and it hurts and you sort of for a little minute. It did that kind of, but then the pain stayed and it just hasn't gone anywhere. And I'm quite an animated person, so when I talk, I'm a bit like OTT. And then obviously I've still been like in work, moving about and stuff. And then someone nearly killed me on my drive home, not last night, the night before. And I had to do the quickest swerve to basically save my own life. Someone was pulling out onto the other side of the road, so they were like turning left and they just pulled right out and was just in front of my car, and it's like a 60-mile-per-hour road as well, so they were just in front of me and I was like, not today. But the end of the road is literally a tiny bit of grass and then a big drop, so I had like the smallest space and like milliseconds to get around this car without, one, being hit and two, ending up in the ditch. So because I tensed so hard so I could maneuver the car so fast, I then tensed and hurt my neck even more, so now all my neck and my shoulders are killing me. And I can't remember if I've mentioned it or not yet in this video, so if I have, I'm really sorry, but if I haven't, I just want to say, if you do see me stretching or like looking a bit tense or whatever, I'm just in a little bit of pain. That's all. So I'm just trying to take it easy, and because I'm going to be doing some work and some sewing, I don't want to be like looking down and stretching that bit of my neck out too much. So we're still going to have a chilled, nice, productive day, but just taking it easy, you know, don't want to make it worse. But as you guys would have just seen, I've just packaged up a couple of orders from 2 Angelas, which was so cool to see. So thank you both so much. 2 orders, both with the same name, and both Angelas ordered 2 products from the same category, which was quite cool. So Angela H, this was her 14th order, so thank you so much, lovely. She ordered 2 wristlets, so thank you, my love. I'm like so blown away that you've ordered that many times. And then the other Angela, I think this was your first order, Angela D, so if you do ever see this, thank you so much. And she did land on a freebie, so she went with 2 XL scrunchies from the coffee collection, so I popped a freebie in with her order as well. So that was just a really cool, like, strange coincidence this morning. So I parceled them up and I've already taken them to the post office. But I'm back and I've made myself a cup of tea and I'm ready to do a little bit of sewing because I didn't come back from work last night and finish up the rest of the scrunchies because I was in a little bit of pain. I couldn't be bothered. So I've just got like a little pile here and it's all like the bluey greeny tones that I need to do. So we're going to get those finished up, and then I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I might sit and cut all the threads off those just so they're then done, and I might bag up some mystery scrunchies just so again they can then all go away. I'll then add these to that little stock count chart thing that I made. I say chart, these scrap bits of paper. I'll adjust the quantities and pop them onto here and we'll go from there. We'll see what we get done. So I've cut the threads from all those scrunchies, so the Mistra scrunchies as well as the satin ones. So what I'm going to quickly do is put the satin ones away, edit my like list as I go. I think most of them will probably go on the online stock, so like the scrunchie wall. If not, the rest will go in the market stock bag, and then I'm going to probably make up those mystery bags. So that's all the scrunchies like done and away, and then I'll probably see what fabric strips we've got, see if I want to do some more sewing and stuff. So a very scrunchy heavy start to the afternoon. all these ones need stamping. So they've got the sticker with the information on it, but they still need Fauna Rose stamping on the other side. These ones are blank, and then these ones have been stamped on both sides, so I'll use these for just like normal packaging of items for orders, or if I'm at events or whatever, and then I'll save these for future. I can at least tackle some of this stack, get these stamped up, and then we can start bagging them up. Okay, so that's all of the mystery bags stamped. Ignore the fact that I'm wearing my scarf like a sling. I've strapped a hot water bottle to my back and my shoulders, my neck, whatever, like this area, because it's really hurting and it's starting to make me feel like a little bit nauseous, so I'm trying to put a bit of heat on it. But because it's in like an awkward part of my back that I can't reach, I just decided to strap my hot water bottle to my back. I do have one of those like rice heat packs, but I have no idea where it is. That would have been easier to like slink over my shoulder, but we're making do, so just ignore this please. But like I said, they're all stamped, so that's 70 made up there, plus the 3 that were already stamped and done. And then the rest of the bags that I said I was going to leave for something else, I just thought, you know what, while I've got my stamp out, I might as well stamp them. So I've stamped them on both sides, so they're good to be used whenever. So now all I've got to do is sit and make up each of these mystery bags, pop one of the scrunchies in. If you are new here, these are no waste mystery scrunchies that I make. It's just backstock, leftover fabric or imperfect fabric that I don't want to end up in a landfill. I don't want to create waste, so I make no waste mystery scrunchies. So they're super affordable. You don't know what's going to be in them pattern wise, and it's just a fun way for people to get really affordable scrunchies and help us cut down on textile waste and stuff. So that's what these are, in case you are new here and you have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to sit and bag all of these up now. I might pop you guys on a little time lapse, and then once these are all done, they can go away and we can move on to something else. I've just had a quick look through my pre-cut fabric strips just to see which of this sort of fabric I've got, because I've got the right needle in, like a new sharp one. So I'm going to pop some black thread in. I'm going to do some Alex, Danny and Sapphire minis because they're already pre-cut, and like I said, I've got the right needle in and stuff. So let's see what we can tackle first of these. I'm going to pop the label in first because I sew it into a strip and then I do the burrito method, and we'll see how many of these we can get either completely made up or on their way to being made up. And then depending on time, I potentially would like to do maybe some of these ones, so maybe swap out the thread for a white thread. Some of these would be like mystery scrunchies and some of them would be normal stock scrunchies. I'm not really sure. I'll have to double check my Stella and my Blue Wave ones. Where are you? That one. See what stock we've got of those. If I don't necessarily need them, probably won't worry about them, but this is a little pile I'm going to tackle first. shoulder back area is very sore, so I'm gonna stop, I think. It's also nearly 6:30, so I need to go have some dinner, probably do some other things, but I think I'm gonna go and soak in the bath because I feel like it's getting worse. But I decided to make up all of the black ones that I had pre-cut strips of and all of the checkered board ones, so the Danny and the Alex. I've cut them apart, but I've not trimmed all of the threads, and I did find a bit of Alex fabric, so I managed to cut out enough for an XL scrunchie, which is great. So I do only have, is it like 4 strips of the sapphire? As tempted as I am to just carry on, I am in a lot of pain. It's definitely getting worse, so I need to do exactly what I said I was going to do this year: listen to my body, know when to stop, chill out. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm glad those are done. It's nice to see a bit of progress. It's nice to just do a bit of sewing and stuff. So I'm gonna go try and force myself to chill. So I'll probably catch you guys tomorrow. So like you would have just seen, things did take an unfortunate turn, which I will explain in a second. But for now, here's just some bits that I got up to that morning. I was cracking on with some stuff here and there, so enjoy those clips and I'll chat with you in a second. Hello loves, so I'm not sure where I last left off and like spoke to you guys and everything, but I'm pretty sure the last clips I filmed was like Saturday, Sunday. It's now Thursday, so I'm very sorry. This video kind of took its own direction, and that's fine because I'm trying to not put too much pressure on myself. I'm sorry if I'm like repeating that. I'd obviously planned to do a few days in the life of a small business owner, just crack on throughout the weekend, have quite a productive time, but unfortunately the universe was like, no, I don't think so. But long story short, I was in agony and it was making me feel so poorly, and all I really managed to do on Sunday work wise, or like Fauna Rose related, was a little bit of editing, and then I had to just try and chill for the rest of the day. And even though throughout the week I've been doing bits and bobs here and there, I've done a bit of fun sewing projects and stuff, like personal sewing projects, I've had to like take it physically easy. I'm like pretty much okay now, still a little bit tight and sore, but there also wasn't much chance to think about being in pain because unfortunately Cleo ended up at the vet's, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm trying to stay positive, and when I like talk about it and think about it, it really upsets me. She's my absolute baby. Like, my cats and my kids, they are my world, they're my absolute life, and seeing them in pain, seeing them distress, anything, like ruins me. If you're new here, this is Cleo. She's our rescue, and the love I have for my little piglet is so big. And unfortunately she's had something wrong with her eye. She can't keep one of her eyes open for a long period of time, so after a trip to the vets, we've got medication, we've got things we've got to do every couple of hours. So I am hoping to God that she's going to be okay, because worst case scenario, she's going to need surgery or eye removal, which I'm not going to think about because I just can't deal with that. But I've just got to keep giving her loads of love, keep on top of her treatment and her meds and everything. So it's been like not the best week, to continue filming, if that makes sense, because as soon as I took Sunday off, I was like, I'll just carry on in the next couple of days, and then obviously I realised there was an issue with Cleo. That was my main priority, so I did do a little bit of sewing, personal projects and stuff, and I filmed all that for my family members just to try and keep myself like calm and grounded in between looking after her and stuff. So that's currently what's going on, but I didn't just want to like leave this video because I still want to create fun content, and I'm now in more of a routine with Cleo's treatment and stuff. My neck is on the mend, so I'm ready to get back into work. I've still been working away, like I said. Any chance that I've had, I've squeezed in work here and there, so quick apologies, but I'm sure you guys will completely understand. Just please keep everything crossed that she's going to be okay, and that what I'm currently doing, her treatment and everything so far, is going to work, because she deserves the world. She doesn't deserve to have to go through anything like that. So yeah, I'm also just trying to keep myself grounded, not expect the worst because I don't want that, but just know that that is quite a high possibility that we might have to go down that route. So before I end up spiraling and getting really upset, just wanted to fill you in with what's been going on. I am going to be cracking on with some work. I've been going through pre-cut fabric strips, and I have a lot that is already pre-cut, luckily, that I do need to sew up and turn into scrunchies. I know I need to place a massive order of different fabrics and stuff, but with the time I've currently had, I've been trying to just look at what I already have pre-cut fabric wise, start going through some of that, doing a tiny bit of sewing here and there, just to reduce those piles so it makes it easier to see what I've got, and then it'll give me a rough idea of what I then need to cut and what I just need to completely order and stuff. But something has just arrived, and if it is what I think it is, it's going to cheer me up. So I'm going to open it with you guys, and hopefully it will be what I'm thinking it is. It's from a small business, just a few little goodies that I wanted to get because I love this person, I love her small business, I wanted to support her as well as treat myself. So let's open this parcel. So these goodies are from the wonderful Chloe at ArteaFox Studios. Like I said, small business owner. She's an illustrator. She makes a bunch of cute goodies, and I'm obsessed with all the frog stuff she makes. I like all her stuff, but we just really like frogs. So I picked up a couple of little goodies. I will leave all her information down below. She is on YouTube, so I'll pop her channel, her social media, website, everything down below. Please go and check her out because it's free to support artists. You don't have to always spend money to support artists. You can subscribe to her channel, watch her videos, follow her on social media, tell a friend, and then if you are able to and you really like her stuff, you can then place an order and help her in that way as well, because she's a wonderful person and she's so talented. So I'm so glad I placed a little order. So Chloe, thank you so much. But this is a little to-do list that I got from her, and it's a little spooky coffin shaped notebook. I love it, the quality is amazing. So that's like a little idea of some of the stuff she does. There's little coasters from her as well. Actually, I should probably put me bevy on that. So this one, it seems to be a freebie, which is so incredible. Chloe, thank you so much. It says, have a frogging great day, and it is the cutest little frog ever. I love how this one feels. This is amazing. This I can't resist because it's cute, and it's of her little froggy character holding a pickle. Bloody love pickles. I think it's so cute. And a little sprout on its head. This is adorable. This one I got for Alex with a little frog that just says frog off. An absolute mood. How cute is that? All her stickers are such good quality. So this I think is really clever, and I couldn't resist this. It's basically a little sticker sheet, but it's like in the form of washi tape, which I think is absolutely amazing. All her stuff is so affordable as well, guys. Honestly, it's incredible. It's like lilac, and it's got like the frogs and the pumpkins and the ghosts. Oh, I love this so much. And then this one, it's Frog Ross. Oh, I love this. No mistakes, just happy accidents. When I finally get around to finishing off the studio makeover, I would like to have a bunch of artwork ready to frame and go up on the walls, but I can't resist this. I think she does this in a few different sizes. I could be wrong, but I just went for one of the mini ones. This is so cute. I love her style of artwork. And then this is so cute. This is her little thank you card. So it's got like her information on the back. This is Chloe. Such a clever way to do it. So a little thank you card, and you can scan her little QR code there, which will take you to like socials and different things like that. But like I said, I will leave it all linked down below. But how amazing is that? Because it's like a little art print as well. So Chloe, thank you so much for being talented, for creating so many wonderful products. This has made my day. This has definitely cheered me up. Perfect timing. So please have a nosy down in the description and go check her out. Question for you all. What do you do with your stickers? I'm curious to know. But that's enough at staring at these gorgeous goodies. They're so cute. I'm gonna crack on with a little bit of sewing, I think. So I can't remember where I left off with the sewing and what I'd shown you, but These ones are all completely done. They've got the finishing seam done, and I have trimmed all the threads. So we've got some Danny's, some Sapphires and some Alex's, all done and ready to be added to the stock. Then we've got Avalons, which are done and they've been sewn up. Finishing seams done, they just need trimming. Then we've got some Faiths, some Brooks, and the Purple Dragon one, which is a market exclusive item, all sewn up and done, but they haven't had the finishing seam done yet. I did start a couple yesterday, but I had to leave and go to work, so I'm going to carry on finishing these ones up, and then we'll see what else we can get done today. loves, happy Friday. So I've had somewhat of a late start, I guess, to the day. I still got up early, but I've done some work here and there, did a little bit of editing, prepped some elastic, prepped some labels, done a bit of sewing. I popped to see the Jackalope Joe girls, got some coffee and stuff, chatted their ears off, and I've been back. I've just been cracking on with a few bits here and there and had a FaceTime with Alex. So yeah, kind of a slow day, but still somewhat productive. It is also Valentine's Day, not necessarily a holiday I celebrate, and obviously when this video goes live it would would have way passed. But either way, if you do celebrate it, happy Valentine's Day, happy Galentine's Day, happy self-love day, happy day of love, whatever to you all. So I'm just carrying on with sewing, but it's getting quite late on in the day and I'll be having to go to work soon. But I'm still focusing on tackling my pre-cut strips of my pattern scrunchie. So that box you've just seen, those are all done, just need the threads cutting and that's fine. Once they're cut, they're going to get transferred to like the other box of ones that are then completely finished. And I think I mentioned this yesterday, or I've spoken to you about it already, but I've been pulling out all the different fabrics that I know I definitely need that I've already got cut, and there's quite a lot. So I currently have black thread in, so I've just pulled out some of the darker fabrics, so I'm going to quickly sew up some of these. But I'm getting closer and closer to restocking items and being ready for that restock. I've not 100% decided on a date yet as to when I'm going to be restocking them, probably towards the end of the month, because that's probably the smartest way to do it, because gives me a week or so, a week and a bit. It's also around payday then, so even though this probably isn't super exciting for you guys, it's something that I need to do, and it's also somewhat mindless, and it's been good to sort of chip away at these little tasks that I need to do and the little amounts of workload here and there in between other things that I've got going on. But hopefully I can get through a lot of this, and hopefully it may even give me time to like make other items and stuff, but no pressure because we're not doing that this year. But it is freezing today. It's really, really cold. It was freezing when I went to see the girls at the coffee trailer, so I'm keeping some nice cozy vibes. I think I'm just gonna do what I've been doing, pop my headphones on, try and tackle this mini pile of scrunchy strips here, and hopefully we can make a little dent in that before I need to go to work. And then I am considering leaving this video here because it has gone on for quite a few days. So let's see what we can smash out in the meantime. We'll see what time sort of situation we've got going on. Hello guys, don't mind Koshka. Down. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I know I said I was going to finish the vlog before I went to work, but the time just got away from me, and before I knew it I had to leave, so I do apologise about that. But I'd started going through my fabric, so a lot of the fabric for the wristlets, pre-cut strips, seeing what I needed and whatnot, and you would have just seen, but I've got a lot of fabric to sew up, and like I said, that's just the pre-cut strips. I then need to go through all my fabric, like my big bolts, I guess you could say. I don't think it's bolts, but my bigger full lengths of fabric, start cutting that up, and then I've got to order fabric, cut all that up and turn them all into scrunchies, so I've got a lot to do. But just before I left, I did go through my wristlets. So these ones that are already like pre-made, they're already sewn up and stuff, they've got the label and whatnot on them, but they do still need the hardware clamping on and stuff, so I've pulled out a bunch of those ready to go, and also a bunch of fabric strips that need completely turning into wristlets. So these still need ironing, then they need the interface and ironing onto that, they then need ironing into shape, then they need sewing into the long strips, folding in half, sewing into shape, adding the label, so they're then at that stage, then clamping the hardware on, etc, etc. So quite a lot here. Some of these pieces, however, are actually not normal stock, they're just sort of leftover scrappy bits, so I've not 100% decided if these are going to be standard wristlets or if I'm going to cut them up and make some patchwork wristlet or no waste extra items. Not 100% decided yet. What I think I'm going to do for the rest of the evening is start ironing. As you can tell, I'm tired, it's late. I would like to start ironing these, smoothing out any wrinkles, and then adding some interfacing on it, so I'm considering maybe just popping on a film, doing a little bit of ironing. What a wild Friday night, what a wild Valentine's Day. So I think that's all I'm going to do. So if I do get round to doing that, I'll pop a little photo or video or clip or wherever somewhere on the screen. But now I'm going to leave this video here, so apologies if it was boring. I have no idea what this vlog's gonna now look like, a little bit of an all over the place week, but if you did make it all the way through, thank you so much. If you could leave this emoji down below, I love doing this and you guys always come through, and because I'm nosy, let me know something that you are currently working on, so whether that be in your personal life, your work life, your small business life, anything. If you're working on yourself, anything. I'm nosy. Like me, I'm currently working towards getting my restock ready, so let me know. If you want to share, feel free. Sound off in the comments. But again, thank you so much for watching. Give it a massive thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if you aren't. All the social media, including the website for Fauna Rose, is linked down below, so feel free to check all that out. Another big thank you to my wonderful family members for being absolutely amazing, for all of your support. I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you guys. If you're interested in joining the family memberships, it's just another way that you can support me, and you basically subscribe each month and you get behind the scenes content and things like that. So that is also just linked down below, so have a little nosy in the description. But apart from that, thanks again guys, I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!